Welcome to In Your City Show right here at the Lou Information Station. LouInfo.com is where you can see us live on the show. You can stream 24/7. Of course, you can find us at In Your City Show. If you want to reach out to us on Instagram or Facebook, we'd love to talk with you. You can go to the In Your City Show page. And then, of course, anytime you want to binge watch, you can find us on Apple, Spotify, and any of your favorite podcast sites right there. So
make sure to subscribe to our channel. That way, if anything comes up that is a surprise, you'll get to know it first.
That's right. We would love that. Absolutely. You can subscribe to the louinfo.com, see all the other great shows that are playing throughout the day. And then, of course, In Your City Show, we'd love you to subscribe as well. So we do have a great show today, which is brought to you by City Lifestyle Magazines. Our gorgeous luxury lifestyle magazines are completely hyper local and delivered directly to the homes. If you don't receive it at your home, you're welcome to pick one up at the station here. Of course, our office at the Commons, which is in Newtown, we always have extra magazines there. And then digitally, you can read it right there at citylifestyle.com. We would love for you to be a part of our publications. Maybe you have a story that you want to tell or share. Maybe you're a business out there that really wants to elevate your brand and with impact. And you can do that with our publications. So you can reach out to us again, citylifestyle.com. You can find us at our Facebook pages, wherever that might be. Say hello and see if we can tell your story. We would love it. So
absolutely.
Yeah, so here we go again. Our question of the day, we're extending because, of course, ice cream, National Ice Cream Day. It's not national
ice cream.
Yeah, it's not National Nude Day anymore. So do not run around naked, but you can if you'd like.
Eating your ice cream.
Eating your ice cream. But National Ice Cream Day is July 20th. So we'll continue with our question of the day, which is, what is your go-to flavor? Which we went through that already with the mint chip. But Kimberly Rupert says that actually, which we're excited that she wrote this, because actually Clementine's is going to be on the show today. Tamara is. And she said if it's Clementine, naughty and nice, she loves the Italian cookie, which I have had. Actually, we went there on your birthday, and that's when I tried the Italian cookie.
I don't think there is a bad flavor at Clementine's.
No, there's not a bad flavor there. But if it's just a typical ice cream that she has to buy in the store, she loves mint Oreo. Which I didn't know there was a mint Oreo, mint chocolate chip.
I have to try that.
Yeah.
Where does she say that is?
She just said typically mint Oreo. She didn't say whose that is. And then liking strawberries. So we have to find out, who
we
carries.
We need to know name brands.
Yeah, we know where it is
in
case we want to try it. Glory One Lawn and Pest says cookies and cream. Laura Lamarca says chocolate or Rocky Road, which I love Rocky Road as well. So we'll mention some other ones.
Good too.
A good chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing that I do. Sometimes I crave vanilla. Sometimes I crave chocolate.
We're going to get to talk a lot about ice cream.
Yeah, exactly. Today you're going to get a double scoop. Because we have got some success on there. I know last show was jaw dropping with it since we had sharks, but today, it is a double scoop, and it's a double scoop.
What did I say yesterday? We would have had Clementine's on today, but we're going to have Tamara on
tomorrow. Her name's Tamara, so that makes sense. Jennifer Bardot, she's a powerhouse author, founder of G.R.I.T. She's going to be coming up next here, talk about her books, and actually, she's on a new show here at the Lou Information Station, so she can give us a little shout out about that as well. And of course, as we mentioned, Tamara Keefe, the founder of Clementine's Creamy, is going to come on and talk some ice cream, celebrating 10 years of magical scoops coming out of that location. So we're going to find out what's going on with her today. And of course, we're going to ask what their go-to flavors are as well. So what do you got going on, Gordon? I know I did want to mention, we were listening. First of all, let me first get this off my chest right now. You all that are in relationships out there, or you're married.
We are now experiencing technical difficulties.
No,
please stand by.
Seriously, I know that, you live together or you're married, you've been together forever, but I'm telling you, there's certain things you do not touch of your spouse or partner's stuff.
Yeah, like my chocolate.
My husband seems to think that what's mine is his, and he is totally wrong on that situation. Quit using, do not use a woman's razor if you're a man. Your hair stubbles are completely different than a woman's, and you eat up the razor. I have specific basket in the shower. This is my stuff. This is your stuff. You are not supposed to use it. And gosh, how disgusting to use anybody's toothbrush, right?
No, who does that?
Well, I hope you don't use the toothbrush. I'm going to use yours to clean the toilet if you use my razor one more time. Just kidding. I would never do that. So
Change that.
gross.
Yeah, that is disgusting.
But
Well,
you no, there's no well. You have yours in there. Why do you think that mine is yours?
guys, do you realize that you get scolded privately? I get scolded on the air, and yeah.
This makes it double because I want you to know. Do you feel the same way? There's just certain things you should leave alone of somebody's.
What about underarm deodorant? Do you mind sharing underarm deodorant?
No, I don't like that. But I know if you're in a pinch, which you ran out the other day, and of course I'm so kind to order it, so a batch comes in to help you out. But yeah, that's gross too.
Arms smell like flowers.
But I guess you're for the most part you're doing it after you get out of the shower, so at least it's clean, not coming in on your sweaty workout after you get home and decide to go ahead, which you probably did use my deodorant after a sweaty workout.
For you.
Lucky for me,
Well, this
what?
is a little too much information.
Yeah, maybe you should keep it to
I
yourself.
shaved my arm hairs, so there's no armpit hairs.
That's something I did not even realize that he did. I've known him for not forever, but not quite time.
They were
And he
magically
says,
gone.
yeah, I think we were watching a movie, and the guy's armpits were just like majorly filled. And some people's body, like our friend Brad Schneider, he's like a Sasquatch. He has so much hair on his body. And you were like, man, you need to shave that. That's way too much hair. And I'm like, aren't guys supposed to have hair under their arms? Like girls, unless you're French. Are you tired? Trying to hide that yawn a little bit? Did a little.
You're keeping me up.
Keeping you up. I should be wide awake with me yelling at you right now. But I did not realize that you shave your arms, so you don't have big old hairy arms. So, and he'll try to go for a while, like winter or something, without shaving it, and he can't stand all that massive hair all over. Nothing grows on his head, but his body would be Sasquatch if he didn't trim it or take care of it. So anyway, I just wanted to vent about using your own supplies. Do not use my razor. It makes me cut my legs because it ruins my razor. I just needed to get that out there. So now that I got that off my chest.
Feel better?
A little bit better. We'll see what happens at home. But anyway, I know we were talking about people having jobs. I just want to say sorry to anyone who has a job that's in customer service.
You know what's coming in November and I'm excited about?
Customer service?
Stranger Things final season, Stranger Things 5, November, will be released in November. I didn't know there was a season 5.
I don't know if anyone else feels like this, but Stranger Things, I really enjoyed the show. I don't know if it was a nostalgic take on it because it was, like in the 70s, the whole look and that of it. I loved the first seasons. I guess maybe 3 seasons was it? Was it the 4th season then? So this is the 5th season coming out, right?
Right.
The 4th season got kind of like, what just happened? We just landed on some kind of, it got, I think, like a little, and the kids are getting bigger, so they're old now. So how are they bringing in new kids then? Because they're like grown-ups now, the kids that were in it.
My favorite kid's the one with no teeth.
The one with never had teeth. And that's actually, he really actually has to have teeth implanted continuously. There's a disease that he has that his gums will not hold his teeth. Yeah, so that actually does happen to him, and in real life it's something he goes through. But again, I thought the last season, so I hope the next season is much better. I thought it just got kind of wackadoodled out.
Yeah, it's kind of, it gets crazy when you watch some of these different seasons, with some of these series, because they change writers midway through.
Maybe that is it, the writers.
And then you can tell something's not the same.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to in November too is Landman season 2.
Oh my gosh, I freaking love Landman.
Sam Elliott.
I love Sam Elliott. I like Billy Bob Thornton too. I mean, he's fantastic. If you have not watched Landman, man, get on that. It's fantastic. But adding Sam Elliott to it, oh my gosh, I can hardly wait to watch that. But I think it is some of the programs, the writers change, and then everything just gets totally changed up just a little too much. But I was mentioning about, we were watching that comedian and people that have what kind of person does it take to do that kind of job, like being the person at the airport at the counter that you have to go to when they lose your bags?
Oh, I know.
There's nobody walking into that room with a smile on their face.
Brian Regan goes, let me guess, you're having a bad day. Nobody goes to the baggage to find their baggage.
It's having a say hi. Yeah. I just was, wondering where my bag might be. If you have time to look for it, I'm good with it.
Last time I saw it was with you.
But those are hard jobs. I don't like once in a while having somebody that maybe upset over something. So I can't imagine doing that all the time, having people like that. But so I'm wondering if our next guest is here. We should be speaking to Jennifer Bardot right now. So who's gonna walk out of the room out of the show to see if she's here? Usually they walk the person into the room. So I guess we'll find out if Grant brings her into the studio that she
is here,
that she showed up. Hopefully she's not in there talking to Dave or something like that and totally missing out on coming into the show. While we're waiting on Jennifer to come in, what about the commercial? You said it was actually an old commercial. I was so taken
about the cat.
I was so taken back by this commercial. I know it sounds kind of ridiculous, but this woman is sitting on the couch. If you've seen the commercial before, and she's sitting there with her cat, and the cat's kind of on her shoulder. And so the child's in the background, which I know kids, tend to go, mom, mom, or they whine or things like that. But the cat's sitting on her shoulder. And so the kid says, Mom, I fell, I hurt myself. And she said, oh,
get a Band-Aid.
She's with the cat, get a Band-Aid. And then,
but I'm bleeding.
Okay, get two.
Just
what is that? What is that about? Like, the kid's bleeding and I'm too busy with my cat. And then it was about a cat food.
Yeah.
So to me, Sheba. Yeah, Sheba. So it's like
look up the Sheba cat food commercial.
Right. It's more important for her to have been feeding the.
It got a lot of, from what I saw, it got a lot of negative feedback.
It did then.
Yeah.
It's like feeding your cat is more important than your kid bleeding in the bathroom.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of a little bit strange. Now I'm really kind of concerned with.
What do you want to talk about, Kel?
I don't know. I'm more concerned with where Jennifer Bardot is right now in the house for her interview that she's supposed to be here.
I'll tell you what, while we're waiting for Jennifer Bardot, why don't we let Kat Muse tell us about what's going on?
I would love that. See what the bands are playing. I'm so surprised every single week to find out how many bands are playing.
Well, we'll go to Kat and let her tell us what is going on this weekend.
Thanks, Kelly and Gordon, and here's what's going on in music. Friday, start off your weekend right with Brad Noe and Company at Chateau Levin. Incognito rocks Paris and St. Peter's. And Bad Habits 2-2 for this weekend in the Ozarks, Friday and Saturday at the Horny Toes. Swing by and show them some love. Decades Apart debuts at Capitol Bar and Grill, and the Ford Rangers will be at St. Charles Music House. Rock Mafia will be at the Friday Food Truck Night at Fenton City Park. And it's Acoustic Fest 2025 at the National Blues Museum. Check out this lineup. Tyvis John, Max Teal and Dan Leonard and Greg Homert, Sharon Fainer and Tom Maloney. Check Facebook for all ticket sales. I hope to see you there. Pink Houses, the music of John Cougar Mellencamp, will be at Newtown Civic Center. And it's a sold-out show for Grand Illusion, the Styx tribute at the Oars Theater in St. Genevieve. About Time will be at the Hot Spot, and Shangri-La Rock Sky Music Lounge. Jeremiah Johnson will be at the Attic Music Bar, and Russo & Company will be at Defiance Ridge Vineyards. Brad Allen Band will be at Salvatore's right next door. On the Fence will be at Rebar in St. Charles. Kevin Wayne Gruen will be at 1818 Chop House. Saturday, Two for Flinching will be back at Charlotte Pub where all the best musicians play and the music matters. And Hallenbach will be at KT Saloon. More Than Country will be at the Overland BFW 3944, and Thunder Kitty's doing the early show at Sky Music Lounge. My good friend Robin Trower will be at the Factory, and Rewind will be at the Pump House in Wood River. Foreplay will be at Longshot's Tiki Bar, and Kevin Wayne Gruen will be at the Brown Bag Bistro. 90 Proof will be at Rebar. Right next door, Common Ground will be at Salvatore's in St. Charles. Danny Steele and the Razor Boys will be performing songs of Steely Dan at Lake Creek Winery. Also on Saturday at Saucy's in Catawissa, they're having a benefit for the Dogs for the Braves called Dine to Donate. Franklin County Jeep, one of the sponsors. Check out this lineup of bands: Aragon, Dukes of Monte Carlo, Rags, and About Time. Check Facebook for all details of this event. Legends 77, the tribute to Leonard Skinner, are playing the Sounds of Summer at Chesterfield Amphitheater. And Hello Newman will be at St. Charles Music House. Fry Project will be at Benny's Pizza. And Edge of Town featuring Liz and Greg will be rocking Parkside Grill. Kevin Helmsing will be at Love Woo Bar. And Decades Apart will be at Nancy's Night Shift. Sunday Fun Day. Scarecrow Joe will be at Longshots Tiki Bar. Kevin Wayne Gruen will be at Edley's in Glen Carbon. And Mark Marciano will be at St. Charles Music House. Hi, Music is Better. Thank you for supporting our artists and venues. Check out STL Roar Monday nights from 7 to 9 and have a safe week, St. Louis.
Bust in my butt.
God, busted. Sorry. Okay, as you sit here, you can see these are a little short, right? I needed to get them in place where it started. I didn't do enough time.
So that doesn't get you to our blueinfo.com, the Inner City Show.
Oh my gosh.
Remember when I told you
This
might want to
beautiful woman,
subscribe?
Bill.
I'm never going to know what you missed.
That should have been a behind the scenes thing or whatever. So anyway, we have the gorgeous Jennifer Bardot in here. She is the powerhouse author and founder behind the series G.R.I.T, and also has a new show here with another couple. So before we get into your book, why don't you let everybody know about your show that you're doing here at the Lou Information Station?
Yeah, so it's called Elevate and Lead, and it's with Kelly and Mike Chandler. And we highlight different business leaders in our community, talk about innovation, AI, collaboration, and it's been a lot of fun.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And every week it's new guests.
New guests
and
every
new
week, yeah.
To more entrepreneurs or businesses
A lot
as
of
a whole.
entrepreneurs, a lot of businesses. We had Audi pick us up as a one of our sponsors, which
Oh.
I'm really excited about.
Yes.
And we had Galdanet, if I'm saying that correctly, is one of our first showcasing sponsors. But yeah, we've had an array of business leaders in our community in regards to like the CFO from Brinkman Contractors. And then we had Terry Moody, who leads 23 different manufacturing sites, and he's headquartered here in St. Louis, Chesterfield. So
Yeah.
just really cool, dynamic conversations. And yeah, every Tuesday from 10 to 11 live. So
Gosh, that's
yeah.
fantastic.
And
Well,
it's a
congratulations.
privilege to be at the same station with you two legends.
Oh my gosh. We must look really good on Facebook. Come over and hang out at the house. You'll catch me standing up trying to get my shorts out of my derriere.
That's saying you're old and fast.
No, no, you know you're
That's what
dating.
you say to
No.
old people. That's it. That's right there.
Hilarious.
Well, this has been fun. And actually, when we were doing our show at another location, we've had a few of your authors that have been
Yeah.
part of your series. Now, on this one that's different,
Yep.
because I was telling Gordon,
Yeah.
one of the things you did on your other books that was so exciting. So you have to tell us the difference of this
Mhm.
one that you've come out with. Every cover has a pair of shoes.
Yep.
And boy, I loved when you, I'm like, I'm a shoe person. So
Yeah,
I love
I love
shoes,
shoes,
whether
yeah.
expensive or cheap, as long as they're comfortable and I love them. Sometimes they're not comfortable, but you
Right.
wear them just for the moment.
Yeah.
And you said you wanted people to read and walk in these women's shoes. And I absolutely, yes, I love, do you have some of the other covers?
Yes, yes.
I love,
Those are
the-
Sperry's, but they were, grit coated, but
Mhm.
because that was about intentionality. And then those are actually Diva shoes. So they're down in Earth City.
oh, I know
So,
all about Diva.
and
I've
that heart's
several.
actually in the bottom of their shoe. I
Yes.
didn't put that there.
I have got a few of the shoes. Even Gordon, they have men's shoes. He has a few
Ah.
pairs of those
So
as well.
growth, when I think of growth, it's like you're green, you're very new, you're
I
suede.
like that.
So
Yeah,
I'm
but
very
the other ones, I
intentional.
think leopard
I-
boots
I
maybe.
thought-
Oh yeah, leopard was to Tenacity.
I think that might be the one that Mary
Oh, there we go.
Enderly?
Yes,
Yeah, she was
is
at
in and
Tenacity.
came on the
So
show.
that was
There's that.
living well with grit. And I picked this
think
shoe
this is-
company because they're actually in Webster Groves.
This is the article that we did
Yes,
on you
yeah,
in
with
our
Dancing with the
magazine, actually.
Stars.
There you are. Look at you. Yes. Dancing with the Stars.
That was so cool.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, how much fun. See, you're the legend.
Not at all.
We haven't been
I
asked
just
to be
keep
on
saying-
Dancing with the
I
Stars.
keep saying yes to crazy stuff. This was really exciting though. Like I never thought I would do anything like that before.
How much
So-
fun. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that's fantastic. I love it. How many
cool.
hours did you have to practice?
Well, they give you 8 lessons, and I was like, well, I need more. So
I need more.
I needed a lot more. But my instructor had been with them for 8 years, and he trained Penny Pennington with like Edward Jones. So I was super intimidated to like jump in that seat. But it was really fun.
How'd your
So-
feet do?
Well, the shoes, because I don't know if you remember all those ice storms that happened in January. My shoes didn't even come in till like a week prior. So I had only danced with those shoes on once before, and those heels were like 2-inch.
Oh my gosh.
And he lifts me up and spins me and everything. And the dress, the dress I got on Monday because I was supposed to have it shipped in and it never arrived either. So
excuse me.
it
Oh my
was
gosh.
funny, but it was a lot of fun. I used to dance when I was in high school, but I've never danced with a partner like this professionally. So you guys got to do it.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
I know who I'm nominating.
Oh my gosh, I cannot believe I got this tickle again right in the middle of us talking. This happened to me earlier. You're going to have to talk a second. Introduce your book.
So yeah, this is Successful Entrepreneurs with Grit. This is the 7th edition of Grit that I've published. And
edition?
7th, yeah,
Okay.
7th anthology. They're all international bestsellers, but the main differentiator of this one, which is why there isn't shoes, is there's men in this anthology as well as women. Because I really wanted to highlight what it takes to be an entrepreneur, which is owning your grit. And that's what it's always been about. Before, it's been only women who have shared their stories of grit. And I've featured over 275 women. So this was a real privilege to be able to showcase men and women.
Is that 275 across all the books?
Yeah, so
Okay.
total.
So how many are in each
This
book?
is this is 27 authors in this anthology.
Okay.
The others generally have about 40 in each, but they're really cool because they're bite-sized, opportunities to really step into the lives of these authors. So the read is really easy. And I'm not a reader, which is funny, but I publish books. These are only 1,500 words a piece. So, but my family's been in business for like 92 years, and I've watched how hard it is to actually run a business. So I wanted to give praise, to the entrepreneurs that are putting themselves out there every day and doing that hard work.
And what did your
So,
family do?
They own George McDonald and Sons, Tuck Point and Masonry. So talk about like hard work, weather conditions, everything. They've built the dome. The last big project was the MLS stadium. So grit and grind. That's where it all came from. My
Really?
family roots. Yeah, 4th generation family business. So
As I was having a cough attack, which I'm
I know,
still not sure
sorry.
it's going to go away.
How many editions there were?
Right.
Yes.
And
It's
what
number
I want to
7.
know is that one doesn't have that. My biggest question, and I hope I didn't miss it in my cough attack. I didn't want to cough in everybody's ear. Is the cover doesn't have shoes on?
Yeah, so this is different because I had men in this anthology, so I didn't want to do shoes because that would be a little iffy, right?
Okay.
But I have a
Maybe
jewelry.
a girl in a guy's shoe.
Yeah, exact. I could have, but I have a jewelry line, and this is actually the signature piece of our jewelry line. It's a circle, so you can actually own your grit and wear it. So it says growth resilience. I'm not, because my neckline would look funny, but I'll give you one.
Oh,
So
to give
it
me one,
comes
but I'd
in
love to see it.
3 different colors: gold, rose gold, and silver. But that's where this idea came from.
So
So
you are an entrepreneur by heart with
Through and
all
through.
of these things that you're doing. Now, do you speak as well and go and talk about the book and or bring some of the people that are within your books as well?
absolutely, I love to do that. I do that within my grit association. I allow the folks to come in and speak as moderator or panelist, and I do a lot of keynotes on these topics. So some of the keynotes that I have coming up are Missouri Bankers Association. I get to be their keynote beside 2 of my authors, and this is the 60th anniversary for women in banking. So it's pretty cool. So we're going to be talking about living well with grit, because that was the last anthology that both of those leaders are in.
And you mentioned, I'm sure, what the G and the R and the IT stand for, growth and resilience. Was that mentioned while I was having a cough attack?
Yeah, so-
please tell
yeah,
about
so
what the grit.
So the whole concept of grit is growth, resilience, intention, tenacity. And on that journey, I ended up trademarking it too, because I really wanted to really hone in and teach people grit. So after the first book, I ended up doing a deconstructing grit collection, and each of the acronyms was one of the anthologies. So people are like, how is it 7 books? Well, the first one was owning your grit. The second was growth, and then resilience, intention, tenacity, living well with grit, and then successful entrepreneurs with grit.
How do you pick those that are inside the book?
Yeah, so I have 2 masters in counseling. I really love to watch people's growth and hear their journey. So I like to see people who have gone through really difficult times, but then overcame it on the other side. So seriously, my process is getting to know them and understanding their stories, and then recognizing they don't see themselves as victims. They see themselves as heroes.
And I love
So-
that. And what you said is so important. And I know that we had talked, 'cause I talked to you, and
Yeah.
I had unfortunately been talked in and made the agreement to do an anthology after someone asking me to be in theirs. I'm like, she's like, you should do your own. You're all these
Yeah,
wonderful
you should.
people. Well, it's happening. It's already in, I guess, layout and design now, you should say. But I think what I love about it the most, and what you're doing, and what I truly understand after taking on this project, is there is nothing like it when you speak, and in my case it's all women, you now have men.
Mhm.
There's nothing like listening to stories. Like, you're sitting here and you have this vision or whatever, you think of Gordon and myself or something, or so nice to give a compliment, but there are real trials and tribulation
Mhm.
that I myself have gone through in my life, whether just, I mean, oh my gosh, I mean, I've lost everything. There's so many things that I've encountered throughout my journey in life. And there's women out there that have encountered a lot more or deeper than what I have. And you see them or you know them and you think they have it all together. You think
Exactly.
their life is perfect.
Yeah.
And they have gone through things. I mean, I was in complete shock of some of the women finding out their story or something about them because I didn't realize they had gone from this to that. And
Yeah.
I think it's so valuable to learn from other people and what they've encountered in life and know that, oh my gosh, they've hit rock bottom or they've been abused or they had something that's happened to them. And look at them still. They're still thriving and living and loving and laughing, that you can do it. You don't have to sit in that victim role and swallow in what's happened. There really is a way out. Or, someone that's born in poverty.
Right.
It's not their fault, but
No.
there is a way out. And it takes maybe the right mentor, someone they meet along their life that really opens that door. And that's why it's so important to take the time to smile or mentor someone or be there for someone, because you never know, you might be that one word or that one gesture that you did for somebody that took them from a really bad place.
Absolutely.
Are there at the right time. So I think what you're doing is amazing, that people get to share their stories. And then most importantly, because we've learned from, not that I won't make another mistake in my life, but we've had that opportunity to learn and make it from hitting bottom. So someone that's in that place right now that has the opportunity to read someone's story or meet them and know that there's hope for them.
Exactly.
And until you're going through it, I mean, there's so many obstacles. So that's really cool. So what made you decide to bring men into it? They have stories.
So
too, and a lot of
Yeah.
times women like us, we're such big on supporting women
Yep.
that sometimes we forget to get out there.
There's one book with men in it, and then 6 others with women. So it's there. I mean, that's because you guys got a lot to say about men.
No, we don't waste our time talking about men.
Hide from their troubles, or they're not always so there to talk about it? Or
A lot of times it seems like the people that I approach either think, one, they don't have a story, or two, it's not ready to be told yet. What I've seen a lot of men is they want to be on the retirement phase before they share their hard stories.
Ooh,
Maybe they're less inclined to want to be vulnerable. I don't know what it is, but these men were vulnerable and
I
they
love that.
shared it. And the reason why I jumped into men, and it was actually kind of a risky calculation in regards to my business, because everything I've done has been always just about women. But what I quickly realized is that my galas and my expos, there's men that are supporting those strong women.
Yeah.
There's men that are there cheering them on the stage as they're sharing their story. So why not allow them to share their story if they have a voice? And since this was specifically dedicated towards a industry in regards to entrepreneurs, I didn't want to limit it to just women, because I wanted women to be empowered by their men's stories as well.
Yeah.
So that's why I was strategic in regards to, okay, we're going to open it up to men. Hopefully everybody's going to like this and it's going to be, okay taken. And at first I was actually nervous, because when we launched it, generally my books hit international bestseller in like 3 hours. It took us 7 days. I was so anxious. So we didn't actually hit that title. We launched on a Tuesday. We didn't hit it until Sunday. So, but I was like, okay, good. It was well received. But when you decide to pivot with your business, it was kind of, I was a calculated risk, but I'm glad it paid off. Because the men that are a part of this, we're really honored to be a part of it.
And hopefully more men will take part in that and be part of it, and maybe not wait till that retirement age and that, for it. So, well, Jennifer Bardot, I cannot believe how fast time goes by. It's been so lovely to sit down and get to actually talk to you face to face, be able to show off your book. If you could let people know again, I know that we'll put it onto the script, of course, for that, but Successful Entrepreneurs with Grit, Jennifer Bardot, and where they can find you too as well. I mean, obviously you're on Facebook and Instagram. Is it jenniferbardot.com or?
Yeah, you can find me on LinkedIn. That's probably where I'm at the most. That's where I have the biggest following. And then these are sold on Amazon and Barnes and Noble, so you can buy your copy there. They have the ebook, so you can have a Kindle version or you can have a hardback.
Okay.
So, and then here at the station.
Yeah, and just, are you inspired to bring a new one soon?
I'm actually calculating what that's going to be, but actually I have a new surprise. No, this is going to be Audible.
No.
This is going to be Audible because everybody that I keep talking to is like, I don't have time to read. I don't have time to read.
Put on the
So
car.
I'm actually
drive.
going to do like an anniversary collection. This will be 5 years that I've been running Grit this August. So
Gosh, congratulations.
yeah, it's been a journey.
Before we go, what's your favorite flavor of ice cream?
Ooh, oh my gosh, I'm so old school. I like a good vanilla
Yeah.
with some peanut butter cup.
Oh, peanut butter cup. That's not old school. That's really good. That's delicious.
But it's not got to be like DQ. Like they do it the best.
Big chunks of
yeah,
Reese's
big
in there.
chunks.
Turn it over and it doesn't come out.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for
Yeah,
spending time with
thank
us.
you.
Coming up next, we are really going to be talking about flavor because we've got Tamara Keefe in here from Clementine's, and she's celebrating 13 years, I believe is what it is. So we'll be talking flavor galore with Tamara. So thank you so much. We appreciate your time. You are listening to the In Your City show right here at the Lou Information Station, KLIS 590, and of course, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com. We'll be right back. Always love when we get to see Tamara.
Excited, are we?
Well,
Only reason I'm asking because you were muted for 2 seconds. So we're really excited.
we're really excited. I don't know what's excited. I don't know what's going on right here, but I know that today we have some delicious scoop on the show. How about that?
Yes, we do.
So we were talking on the last hour show that played yesterday, and Gordon said, what did you say? Some fun on not tomorrow,
Yesterday, I
but
said, we wanna have
tomorrow.
Clementine's on today, but we're going to have Tamara on tomorrow.
Something like that, yeah.
And how many times did you always
Time for every time. But I bet you also get Tamara, tomorrow, tomato, tomato. Do you get that? Everybody doesn't know how to pronounce it as well. I think I probably pronounced it the first year wrong. I think I was saying Tamara. It is Tamara. Okay, so I'm saying Tamara because someone said it's not Tamara, it's Tamara.
But yeah,
It's Tamara.
Tamara.
It's not tomato.
Not tomato, tomato.
Tamara. It's
Let's
not
call the whole
tomorrow.
thing off.
Well, let's put a little sweetness on top of this, a little ice cream today. So who do you have sitting next to you today?
I have my fiance, Michael Weiss, with me.
You're delicious, Scoop.
He is the most delicious.
Well, I'm so excited to meet you. And I was beyond excited, of course, when I found out that I hadn't actually, gosh, I was at your house and we were having a conversation and there was nothing going on. And then all of a sudden, boom, we're at an event and you throw your finger in my face that blinded me because the diamond is so big. And you're engaged. So what is the wedding date?
September 5th, 2026.
Oh, September 5th?
Yeah, Labor Day weekend next year.
My birthday's the 9th, so you're getting married in a perfect time of the year.
Yeah.
So are you getting married locally, destination, or small, big?
We are going to be married at Mackinac Island in Michigan.
Stop it.
And we don't know how
Beautiful.
big, that's to be determined.
Yeah.
So it's a question
It's
of,
destination.
it's
so
not
it'll be
easy to
into-
get, it's not
Wow.
easy to get to.
Is
So
Clementine's ice cream going to be at the wedding? You're shipping it in? You can keep it cold there, that's for sure, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh,
maybe.
well, we're delighted. We met you, gosh, it's been well, Gordon and I met 11 years ago. We've been married 6, and we weren't married yet. We
That's
were over
correct.
there at another station, and you came in, and what you have done in these last 13 years is absolutely sensational, fabulous. And our question of the day is, what's your favorite flavor? In honor of you being here, as well as National Ice Cream Days coming up for the
Thank you.
20th, which we're going to talk about that event as well. And somebody wrote on the answer, Clementine's Naughty and Nice Creamery, the Italian cookie. And I can say I had the Italian cookie. I probably had all your ice cream because you always bringing it with you. But we go into your, gosh, we've been to, the only one we haven't been to and just saw it yesterday. We were down in Kirkwood. We had something to eat after the show. And Gordon goes, oh my gosh, there's Clementine's. So
And the
you
only
got a
reason I
darling.
knew it was because some lady was sitting across by Billy G's on one of the little park
Eating it.
benches, and it had a little cup that said Clementine's. And I was like,
And then we
"What's
looked at
that?"
it's got to be close.
there you are there too, but we've been fortunate enough to be at your different locations. And I had your Italian cookie. We'd come back from the Cardinals ball game and stopped in over on Demon. And that's where I tasted the Italian, which is delicious.
Thank you.
What
Thank
was your
you.
first flavor with Clementine's?
Oh boy. Gosh, I don't know. You know, I honestly I don't
Was it
remember.
naughty or nice, your first
It was
invention?
definitely nice.
Okay.
It was definitely nice.
Naughty is the alcohol that gets
Yeah,
put in there.
that's the fun boozy ice creams. You know, I'm not sure. Maybe so we have done a toffee butter brickle,
Mhm.
and actually the original flavor name was Tommy's toffee butter brickle because it was my mom's recipe that she made, and it was
Oh.
my brother's favorite flavor. So that's probably my oldest first Clementines that I knew was going to be in the lineup.
Yeah,
for
and
sure.
I just shortly because I know not having a lot of time. I wish we had like 2 hours just sit and talk with you. For someone that hasn't met Tamara, the inspiration was you came from a very poor family and you weren't able to go get the ice cream after church and things like that that the other kids did. You bought a $5,
$2.
$2. Wow,
Yeah,
even
yeah.
cheaper. $5 is a lot at a garage sale, and that was such an inspiring, motivational, I guess, pivotal moment for you as a child making this ice cream that it carried with you to later in life. And then here you are now. What was your first location?
Lafayette Square
Okay, that was your first. And
in
then
my neighborhood.
in your neighborhood where, yes, which is such a great area. Gordon was just in there meeting a client, and he's like, gosh, we got to go down here and spend some time there. It's really cool, the
Lafayette
different
Square is
restaurants.
beautiful. Yeah, it's super cool.
What a lovely area. So give a little bit of inspiration and what the naughty and nice is about for someone that hasn't been able to try. And then you have so many wonderful things going on with National Ice Cream Day, your Hollywood inspired flavors. Want to know about that? You're actually in some pop-up locations, and then we want to talk about cones for community. So we want to get this in before you have to leave us.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so where to start?
Let's go ahead and start actually with let's talk about cones for community, because being a cause with your ice cream, that's so important.
Yeah, you know, it really came out of once, you know, we were hit by the tornadoes for two of our parlors, and we were handing out ice cream, you know, to the relief efforts. And I was driving it through neighborhoods as people were cleaning up their houses and brick. And I really wanted to be able to do more because I saw how impactful it was for the kids, right? And for the people in those neighborhoods. And it was just this little bit of joy. And, you know, as a small business owner, you know, I can't write big checks to the tornado relief, but what I can do is ice cream. And so I got the notion that while I was there of why don't we in Parlor do a fundraiser where, you know, when you come in and buy your ice cream, you can buy a cone for someone in the community who's dealing with the tornado recovery for $5, right? So it's discounted and we're going to match it free with another one. And so I got this idea, and that's something because people wanted to help, but people didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And not everybody can afford, again, to write a big check, but everyone can afford to buy another little kid or somebody who needs a little bit of joy in their day, an ice cream cone.
I love that.
So that's how it started. And it's just it had taken off, and it's been really successful, and people are so happy.
I love your location where you brought community into it, and you asked people in the community to bring their spoon in, and you ended up making a piece that hangs from the ceiling, I think.
Yeah, that's in our
That's
Mackin
light,
location.
yeah.
It's the light. So everyone
that
in the
cool?
neighborhood donated their vintage, their family heirloom like ice cream
You can
scoops
look
to us,
up there
we
and
made
see a part of them there.
Yeah.
That's a really great idea, and I love that all your locations are different. They're not a cookie cutter box. There's personality and an experience in each one of them, which is really lovely. So if you've been to one, don't hesitate to go ahead and drive to the other locations because they all have their own unique touch to it, just like the one in Kirkwood, the little white and black house.
And some of them you might not be able to drive to because you're going where? Kansas City?
We're going to Kansas City. We're under construction right
Kansas
now.
City.
And in Bentonville as well.
Bentonville?
Bentonville.
I was like, where's Bentonville?
Bentonville, Arkansas?
Yeah.
You know what? I just talked to, so you know, City Lifestyle is throughout the whole country. We have 230 publications throughout the country. I talked to a publisher yesterday morning, who's from Bentonville, Arkansas. It's got a Bentonville magazine in Arkansas. So that's pretty funny.
So I just said 13 years, I think, earlier. It's 10 years for you.
Mm-hmm.
So we did absolutely meet you ground running with your business.
Absolutely.
That's crazy.
Oh my gosh.
I think I was making ice cream in my house at that time.
That's amazing.
you
With
were
a broken leg.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh.
A long time ago.
So you're sitting around, you're like, I've got to do this. I mean, what happened? Were you in your kitchen? You're like, I can make better ice cream that's in stores. I mean, what happened? How do you do
No,
that?
I was at
Someone
Lake
that's
of the
thinking about
Ozarks
a dream.
with my girlfriends, and I wanted to get out of corporate America, and I was just exhausted, and I wanted to own my own life back, and I was just sitting there crying about how miserable my life
We're
was.
drinking wine too, because we
It
always
was
do.
in the morning. We're
Okay,
drinking
because we're
coffee.
always maybe
We're drinking
we're always
coffee.
drinking wine when we come up with ideas,
I know, right?
and crying.
And I just said I was just tired of it. My girlfriend turns to me and she says, "Quit." And I'm like, "What? You don't quit corporate America?" And I said, "What would I do?" And my other girlfriend turns to me and she's like, "You're always complaining St. Louis doesn't have good ice cream. You're always complaining our neighborhood doesn't have an ice cream parlor, and no one makes better ice cream than you."
Gosh,
And I was like,
and you
"Okay,
did it.
what's the worst thing that could happen? I could fail." Okay. I was willing to take that chance. I could go get another job at some later
I
point.
wonder if you didn't, right?
I know.
Well, we had you on the cover of our magazine,
I
which
know.
was
That's
gorgeous, and
so
it wrote a
great.
beautiful story. We've actually written a few about you, and it's nice to be along
You're
your
all coming on my
journey.
journey with
We
me.
love being part of your journey. So, with 10 years, I want to make sure that we talk about you've got actually some things you're doing on on National Ice Cream Day, right? Let us know what's going on then.
Yeah. So, we have, we own National Ice Cream Day, so to speak. We do it big, as in true Clementine's fashion. So, the first 50 people at every parlor in line at all locations, even our new Chicken and Pickle location in St. Charles, you'll see this really cool T-shirt that I'm wearing. So, every person in line will get this T-shirt. Walk
You
the
get a
front
shirt,
glass.
and you get a shirt.
And
You
you
get to
get a
do
shirt.
that.
That's right. So that's super fun. And then we've launched all these really new, cool ice cream flavors based on
Did you
old
put some of the pictures in there by any
Hollywood.
chance? That they can see some of those ice creams.
Yeah, based on old Hollywood actors and actresses. And so that's been like a really fun project too, because people are so excited for this collection, and they're really unique and different,
Look
and
at
they're
that. Beautiful. Just
no,
beautiful.
it's awesome. It's awesome. So just as an example, one of the ice creams. So Marilyn Monroe, after every acting class, would go eat a hot fudge sundae.
God bless her.
I know, right? And so we created one
Those
called the
curves
Blonde
came from.
Bombshell,
Oh,
and
I like that.
it has candied peanut, everything you think of a hot that would be on a hot fudge sundae, amarena cherries and candied
I think you're gonna say
peanuts.
that would be on Marilyn Monroe.
I'll
A
I'll
lot
let
of
you
things
take
probably
out. Yeah,
happen.
yeah, exactly. But so that's like a beautiful hot fudge sundae in an ice cream shop. And I
Sounds
just took some of
delicious.
my favorite old Hollywood actors, and I went down these cool rabbit holes, and I found out what their favorite desserts were. And once I found out what their favorite desserts were, I turned them into ice creams.
What fun research.
Yeah,
Who else is a favorite celebrity that you did an ice cream on?
absolutely. So here's the chairman of the board, Mr. Frank Sinatra.
Oh, that'd be Gordon's.
Right,
He
right.
loves Frank
And
Sinatra.
his favorite dessert was a lemon ricotta cake.
Oh,
And so
wow.
I created a beautiful creamy lemon ricotta cake ice cream.
Gosh, that's how much. What a fun job you have.
It's the best gig ever.
Oh my gosh, you
Yeah,
have an
yeah.
incredible team.
Yeah, I
The way
do.
you all work together. I mean, how great is that? Okay, show me one more.
Okay.
And then, and this is what you're calling your Hollywood inspired flavors, right?
And you can see that I'm trying to find. Here is a great one. Here is the Dottie Mae and Dorothy Dandridge, who is just an incredible, incredible old Hollywood era actress. Her favorite dessert was cinnamon rolls.
Mm.
So we deconstructed the cinnamon roll in here and
Mm.
made homemade crispy cinnamon
Sound
crunch.
effects there.
And made an ice cream out of it.
So what I love about it, you also do. I don't want to say Audrey Hepburn. It is her inspired, but what's
Breakfast at Tiffany's,
Breakfast-
or Breakfast at Clementine's on
yes,
National
but
Ice Cream
it's
for
all
Breakfast Day.
around that. You love classic. I can see you are really bringing this nostalgic to your ice cream flavors, which that is dear to my heart. I love things that are nostalgic, and I think you also allow younger generation to also learn about these people because they're getting lost unless it's in a movie. You know, they're getting lost in the classics that are out there. So want to make sure then you're going to be having all of this. The Hollywood inspired flavors are going to be around the National Ice Cream Day. That's when they're now. Will they stay on the menu, or is it just for that celebration?
So 4 of the flavors will be there for the next couple of months, and they're all in parlors now. But 2 flavors that are special just for National Ice Cream Day is the Blonde Bombshell, the Marilyn Monroe flavor, and the One Speed Dean.
Okay. One
Yes.
Speed Dean.
One Speed Dean.
James Dean?
Yeah,
James Dean.
after
I'm
James Dean.
sorry, he got so upset at me there for a second. You
That's
should know
right.
that.
That's right. So
So
those will be out just a hot drop on Sunday while supplies last. Get in, get it, try it. while
how
it's
many
there.
locations again?
All 9 locations.
All 9 locations that go from everywhere from St. Charles out at the Meadows
Down
into
to
Clayton.
Edwardsville, Lafayette Square, Clayton, Town and Country, South City.
Will we be finding Clementines in the grocery stores?
You never know.
You never know, but definitely a lot of locations. We want to make sure before we leave, we want to thank Clementine's Naughty and Nice Creamery. Tamara, thank you so much, Tamara
Thank you
Keefe,
for having
the
me.
founder, the brilliant mind behind this business. Thank you so much for coming in. We also got to give a big shout out. We're coming down to the end of the show, and we can't leave without saying thank you to St. Louis Closet Co. Jennifer Williams. I admire you so much. A woman-owned business again. There's nothing better than that. Over 30 years in business. Her location is right there on Big Bend. You go in, everything is locally manufactured, just like the ice cream locally manufactured right here. You can go into her building, see everything getting made. It's not a one size fits all. She tailors everything to you. One thing Jennifer says that's so important is that go from chaos to calm. When your home is organized, your business, like Nellie's production closet that she took care of, whether it's a small drawer up to a mud room, anywhere that it might be, Jennifer Williams has it for you. I know she's a great friend of ours as well, and we appreciate all that she does locally. That's something that's really strong to her, is that she is a local business, and her team will take care of you right there inside the business. So thank you so much, Jennifer, for being part of the show. Thank you so much for being here with us and sharing Clementines. And we can't wait to see what's next on your adventure. And we go to Kansas City, so we'll definitely stop in and see one of those locations that are going up there.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for tuning in to In Your City show right here at the Lou Information Station. It's on demand 24/7, and of course on the new KLIS 590 AM live on radio. Check out all the great shows that are there. Of course, you can find us Spotify, Apple, and all of your favorite podcast sites. Until our next show, cheers.